What's up, guys? Welcome back to a music marketing video. In this one, I'm going over the artist known as K-Rex and their song Cat on Your Bed. I'm going over the first 4 weeks of their campaign, and we spent roughly $600, about $20 a day. And as you can see here, it was pretty much dead before October 17th. The song was released October 2nd, 2024. And I'll explain why it was dead before that, because we didn't start running an ad until a week after the song was released. But sure enough, it was enough time to get a release radar bump of 799 streams. And let's just go over the numbers first, what they got in that 4 weeks of the campaign. 11,000 streams, 5,700 listeners, 1.9 streams per listener. This number was a lot higher. It was above 3.5 at one point before we got the release radar and radio boosts. 438 playlist ads and 828 saves. As I mentioned in this beginning part, the song was released October 2nd, and this artist is a brand new artist. This was their first song ever being released, new Spotify catalog, and they really didn't know what to do. And when they released the song, they didn't tell me until after, and I'm like, oh, you didn't do any preparation. They had no idea. So I was like, let's get to work. So I started running an ad around October 8th and had to figure things out. The ads weren't doing that well, but we tweaked it, but it wasn't really getting streaming that much, as you see, 59, 60, 62. But for whatever reason, Spotify took whatever data we had from running the ad, and we got that big boost here. And we got some bigger ones throughout the week, and all the way to November 4th, we got a Discover Weekly boost. And I'll show the whole numbers through to present day, and this artist's been getting Discover Weekly boost here and there ever since. Another thing to note about this artist is, and not only it was their first song, is that they don't even show their face. A lot of the artists I work with don't show their face. They need someone to run an ad, create an ad. So I made an eye-catching video for them, and some other videos and visuals they gave me. I tried to edit it and it worked. But one particularly one I made that I'll share with you all worked, and put their dope music on it and the right targeting and everything. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. The song started getting algorithmic playlist pushes. So that is a great sign. So you don't need to show your face. You just need to make dope music, make an eye-catching video. And we're going to go over all that. I'm going to go over the ads manager, show you how to set up the ad from start to finish. This is like an indie rock, jam bam artist, something totally different than I'm used to working with, but we made it work. And we're going to go over the visual and I'm going to go over all the results. So let's get right in this video and let's do this. So we already went over these numbers, and like I mentioned, we didn't start running this until a week later, and it just shows you the power of running social media ads. There's been reported over 100,000 songs being released a day. Whether that's more or less, it doesn't matter. It's a very, very high number. The market's saturated. And how else is anyone going to listen to your music if you don't do social media, which this artist, I know they don't. You're not pushing your music out on social media day in, day out constantly. No one's going to listen to your music. And as you can see in the beginning, no one was. And until we got something started there, it started building, but obviously we got the big boost. And after that, it was 400, 500, 600, almost 1,000 in one day, which was great. 600, 533, and so on. But it just shows you, even with a week into the release, we didn't even do any marketing. A week later, we started doing it. Just over that, we got a boost. So it just shows you, put some amount into it. Obviously, we were spending $20 a day, which is a hefty amount, but it works. You know, anything's better than nothing, I like to say. So in this one, we'll just look at the last 12 months, 3,228 release radar, 4,700 radio so far, but a lot of that was in this 4 weeks. Most of that. Your DJ was majority in the last four weeks, first 4 weeks, and you have mixes, repeat, and all these other ones. Put it in perspective, like the last 7 days, obviously it's still in Discover Weekly, still gets a good amount in radio, but you know, there's nothing in your DJ. I was surprised by your DJ. I never really see this that much, but with this song, it was getting pushed out on your DJ. If we look at the followers since the release, obviously 0 followers. By the end of it all was 43 followers in the 4 weeks. Again, you saw these numbers, pretty consistent, almost 11,000 streams. But if we look at, they're at 378. Also another number to note, which is really great, 134 super listeners already. Now they've released three releases, but in that time, it just built. And they're only at 3 releases right now. So this is a really good number. And I'll go in the song just one more time so you can see exactly how it's done throughout. After the campaign, we had it on for roughly like $10 a day, but then put in like an idle phase, $5 a day. And as you can see, been getting Discover Weekly pushes. Monday, Discover Weekly right here, 806. Then another one got higher the next day. Monday. These are all Discover Weekly boosts because Monday is the day. And then started to get some again, and then again. This period right here was just like kind of a dead period, but I just said let's just keep the ad on. You never know, and sure enough, it came back, and that's what can happen. A lot of people like are running ads and like they don't see action. They're like, I'm just going to turn off the ad. Well, you're not giving yourself a chance. So if you can, just wait it out. If you're having the right targeting, you're having the right audience, I recommend tier 1 and tier 2. A combination of tier 1 with I think I'll share it with you as it's a tier 1 with some added countries with tier 2. I'll put it in the description below so you can just copy and paste it. And during this time, if you just wait it out, sometimes you're rewarded. Patience is a virtue. So let's go into the ad and I'll show you step by step how I did this, a complete walkthrough. All right, as you can see, October 8th through November 5th on the right hand side. And these are all the ads. As you can see, it was quite a bit that I worked with. I had $20 a day to work with, so roughly I can test a good handful of ads against each other when I hit the Advantage budget feature on. Especially if you're doing 20, you could probably go up to 6 or 7, and it should work in your favor at a minimum with that feature on. I would say if you're doing $20, $10, I would say I wouldn't run more than 4 ads competing with one another. If you're not familiar, we're going to go over that in a minute. As you can see, none of the cost per results are crazy amazing. Obviously, these 2 ads were the ones I kept on the most. As you can see, I spent $162, $203 over here. But the conversion isn't that crazy good. But the quality listener was amazing. And I only targeted these very niche audiences. They didn't have a large audience size. So I'm thinking that is why. Sometimes I target, like, say you target, for example, hip hop music. It's pop music. That's like almost 1 billion audience size right off the bat. These audience sizes that I was targeting were just a few million. And that's more specific, and that's going to be better for Spotify to recognize exactly what the audience is. If you can narrow it down to that little of an audience, and if you nail it, you'll be really rewarded in the end from Spotify. Obviously, you can get great results with targeting pop music, but it's not very specific. So you're going to get a wide range of listeners per se, versus if you're targeting a very niche subgenre. So like I said, these cost per results aren't great, but this just shows you can have a cost per result. This is all tier 1 with added tier 2 country lists. I like having it below 30 cents if it's tier 1, but it obviously doesn't matter in this case. It worked out. And I'll show you. Actually, we'll just look at these 2 ads. This one was target folk rock, and this one was an artist tag. I mentioned that they make music like jam band music, so like Grateful Dead, Jerry Garcia. So I targeted those 2 artists and some more that I'll show you in a moment. So this was the country list: Hungary, Spain, Poland, Italy, France, United States, Germany, Canada, and Japan. So the countries I added that were added to tier 1 list was Poland, Spain, Hungary, Italy, and I added Japan. Those were the 5 plus tier 1. We go to the other artist tag: Hungary, Spain, Poland, Italy, France, United States, the same thing. were the top, and they're all around 50 cents. Some were 70 cents conversion. Like I said, the conversion cost per result wasn't great, but again, if you have a great high quality listener and it's a specific audience, you have it spot on, you're good with that, because those people you're targeting the right audience, which you would hope they would listen to the song multiple times because you target the right audience. So I'm going to go into the ad right now and show you exactly what I did, how I did it, and to set it up. And we're going to go over the visual as well. So this would be the first page when you do in an engagement campaign. Always hit manual. I've done a lot of videos on this, but always hit engagement to create your campaign and always do manual setup. And this is the feature I was talking about, the Advantage Campaign Budget feature. You can test multiple ads running at once. You hit this feature on, you set it for $20, $15, $10, whatever you want, and you can run up to as many ads as you want against each other, and Facebook will hopefully determine the right ad and spend the budget wisely toward that highest performing ad, whichever that may. If you have 4 ads, maybe it picks ad 2, and all your budget goes to ad 2, with a little of it going to 1, 3, and 4. And then you could figure out, as you let it go for a few days, you start turning off ads and have the highest performing ad run. One of the best features, if not the best feature in Meta for doing this type of campaign. So this is the ad set page after that main page. What you're going to do always, you're going to do conversion location is always going to be website. You skip this performance scroll, don't worry about that. Your data set is your pixel, so you put the appropriate pixel. Then your conversion event is going to be view content. You scroll down, you don't do anything else. And this is where we go to locations. This is where you do your targeting audience. Again, I'm going to put this list in the description below so you can just copy and paste it. This is what I recommend if you have a brand new campaign, your first ad you've ever ran in Meta. Use something like this. Don't do a tier 3, 1 through 3 tier country. Do not put Mexico. Don't put Brazil if it's your first ad ever. You always want to put a tier 1, have a high quality listener base. Tier 1 with a couple tier 2 countries is not going to hurt you. This is a great one to start with. And only for placements, I recommend only doing Instagram. Once you can get past the learning phase and Facebook's figuring it all out, then you could start doing other tiers. But this is what you want to start with first. If you don't and you've never ran ads before, it's going to be a disaster. You're going to waste a lot of money and you're going to have a headache. So just start with something like this. I'll put this in the description below. And if you have questions, please leave a comment. I'll answer it. Age range for this, I put 22 to 49. I'll put all genders. Then you go down to your interests. This one was just, like I said, we did jam band. Only, as you see over here, 8 to 10 million. That's not that large. Americana, another subgenre, 2 to 2.7 million. Not that big. And the estimated audience size, if you look over to your right, is only 5 to 6 million. That is not large at all. That's pretty specific, even though they say it's broad. As we go down, we go to the placements. And as you can see here, all Instagram feed, profile feed, Instagram Explorer, Instagram Explorer Home, Instagram Stories, and Instagram Reels. That is it. Oh, and Instagram search results. And that is it. That is all you want to do in this case. If it's your first ad, first campaign, it just makes it easier for y'all. I'm going to show you real quick of what I did with the other ad and what I mean by, so if you can narrow your music down to just artist, that's all you need to do. I put Bob Weir, Grateful Dead, Jam Band. I actually added Jam Band in here too. Jerry Garcia, Fish, The String Cheese Incident, and Widespread Panic. This audience size was even lower, 4 to 5 million. Both of these ads were very targeted based, specific targeting based. And that's, if you can do it like that, I recommend doing that. That will work more in your favor. But if you can't, do a wider range audience, like a pop music, indie rock, folk. I also did another ad with this folk rock, and that did well as well. And another thing to note is this is all you need to do to keep it simple. You don't need to add Spotify. You don't need to add Apple Music. Don't do define further. I'm not against it, but I don't do it, so I don't promote it. So like must like all these other soft rock, don't even worry about it. You're going to get great results without doing this, adding all these other things. Just have your targeting, keep it simple. If it's jam band, if it's hip hop music, that's all you need. Don't put all these other artists that are not relevant to the music, or genres that are not relevant to the music. You're just going to give yourself a headache and not get any results. So now we're on the artist visual page, which is called the ad name page. And you're going to have your appropriate social medias. You're going to scroll down. You're going to add your landing page link, this is the landing page link. I use Submit Hub. I've always used Submit Hub. I've used other ones, but now I've been using Submit Hub for many months now. It's clean, it's easy, and it's also free. And it links up with your Meta Pixel. So I've never had any issues. I love it. You're going to put your primary text, which you can see is on the right. This is where we type it on the left. You can see the example on your right. They have all these AI features that are great if you don't know what to write. Just type something and it'll pop out. Headline, I just always like putting the artist name and the song. Oh, I forgot quotations here. Oops, didn't matter. Still got the algorithmic boost. And description, I just put click, listen, jam out. And also the call to action, do not forget this, listen now. And that's it. I'm going to show you the ad that I created for this. Expand my view. Expand. And this is what I created for the song. Stole a kiss, made me cry. As you can see, it's kind of trippy, it's colorful. It works. For whatever reason, it stops people from scrolling. They listen to the music, see if they like it, and they click listen now. Simple as that. If you don't want to use your face, make sure you have something that's engaging for the audience. So that is how you set up the ad, a complete walkthrough. If you have any questions, comments, or anything at all, or anything you would like me to focus on or go through again, I can just make an additional video about that. Just leave in the comment section below. Again, these are the results, total results. He's at almost 50,000 streams. But again, that is the video. Again, he wasn't running anything. We weren't running anything until a week after the song was released. Then I finally started running an ad, October 8th. We got an algorithmic boost by that Friday, that first Friday release radar. Just shows you the power of running social media ads. It's better to run something than not. Unless you're going to post on social media every day, multiple times a day, you got to really dedicate yourself to that to try to get some traction on. Whether on TikTok, I think is the best for music, but you would have to do all social media platforms. Why not? Because it's free. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this informative and helpful in your music journey. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or anything you want to share, please leave it in the comment section below. And thank you for watching. I'm Z, and good luck with the music.